Ready. Play.
All right, so the first match we're going to be previewing is between Joao Fonseca and Elmer Moller. So think about Moller. He's had a successful, week taking the challenger title. And now he's come through qualifying, but he gets another big name, big hitter in Fonseca. We're in the altitude. What do you make of Moller coming through in qualies and, Fonseca, his first time here in Madrid?
I mean, first time in Madrid.
Is it?
Second time. He
Second,
beat
okay.
Mikkelsen and lost to Nori last
That's
year
right.
as a wild
right.
card. Anyway, I mean, with Elmer, obviously, I kind of hate this draw and I kind of love it at the same time. Gonna be great to see these guys clashing, but it's so unlucky too. I mean, to beat Kamil Majchrzak in the final qualifying round and now have to play Fonseca in the first round. And to be honest with you, I kind of knew it. Like when I saw the tweet, that there's a notification about the qualifiers being placed, I was just like, I'm gonna see Miller Fonseca, right? And yeah, that's exactly what I got. Elmer, I mean, it's so exciting to watch on clay courts, at least for the time being. The backhand is just elite. I mean, you don't have to put any asterisk on it, like on the Challenger Tour or I don't know, outside the top 100, the best backhand. No, it's just legit, top 10 on tour or whatever. And he has such a unique game profile too. Definitely would be a fantastic addition. There were moments this year when you could get scared, like when he went to the Indian swing and played at altitude actually, which you can connect it, but still it's not the same surface. But when he was playing at altitude in India, he was looking just so out of place. But the clay season begins and it's like the guy just has like some new life breathed into him. And yeah, as you already mentioned, I mean, Oeiras last week, that was just another set of brilliant performances. Surely he was a little lucky with the second round walkover against Kukushkin. Bertola in the quarterfinals, maybe not the strongest opponent either. But then Safiurin, he crushes. Komesania, he wins the first 10 games against. Frank can do like nothing against the, just spree of backhand winners that is coming from Elmer's racket. And yeah, now to also get to Madrid, of course, it's not like the longest distance, but to play Basavaredi and Majchrzak and still hold up, and yeah, still just play the same kind of tennis where he's really like big bowling out there, and even off the forehand, he has a lot of confidence. So yeah, it's fantastic. I don't think he's going to win, but it should be very nice to watch. And I think right now, I mean, even with this run, I think qualifying for an ATP 1000 is like 20 points, but you also get 10 points for losing in the opening round, even. So it's like 30 points gained. I mean, at this rate, Elmer can be in the top 100 in like no time, really, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, it's fantastic to see it. Just I'm a little afraid that this draw might be a bit much. Fonseca, the conditions obviously suit him so well.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it, I think, over like the last year when he started to take off on the clay. But I mean, when we're talking recently, taking down big opponents, Montero, Safilin, Comensana, who won it, who won in Oresh last year, and then Basaveretti, he took care of business obviously just a day after winning that title, and then today with Majak, I mean, that's a difficult opponent in terms of playing at altitude. Or Majak has been playing for I think the last 3 weeks now. So obviously a big opportunity, to continue to put his name on the map and on the rise. But is it as simple as 6-3, 6-3 here, Damien, or do you see at least a tight set?
I mean, Elmer is playing with such fire right now that I guess it's a possibility for him to keep it close. We'll see. Fonseca hasn't played since Miami, not the heaviest scheduler generally. So like we've seen him, go off for about a month and then come back and look every bit as good as he did before. So I'm not really like overly scared for him being rusty or something like that. But yeah, I mean, at least one tight set sounds pretty reasonable, I'd say. Of course, for Elmer, this is also the first ATP Tour appearance as a whole. So, I mean, the nerves, I guess, they're going to be there, at least to an extent. But yeah, I mean, the wins he's gotten over the last few weeks, I'm pretty sure some of these guys would have at least troubled Joao, and he definitely has that capability too. You probably also have to start thinking about it a little bit, at least for a moment when you're playing Elmer, and just basically realize that you're playing like a Benoit Paire type of figure, with the sense that you have to target the other sides than generally. I don't know if it's going to be a big adjustment period, like something like that for Joao, but I've seen some very good tacticians fail at that. I think last year Ramos Vignolas, for example, played like his least intelligent match ever against Miller. So maybe that's also a thing, that this is just a game you kind of have to get used to. So yeah, I think the chance to keep this one reasonably close is definitely there. But all in all, I mean, Joao is kind of like a contender for a deeper run, and probably this should not be enough to stop him. So that's why I kind of hate this draw, because ideally I would like to have these two young talents just further into the event.
Right. I mean, you make a good point in terms of this being his first ATP main draw, and obviously having so much success, and then you get put up against, probably the hottest teenager on the block, who has been doing loads of training. But I mean, I think you also make a good point in terms of kind of meeting the moment. It's a first match for Fonseca in a while, and obviously the crowd's going to be up very, very active, and it's a big environment and good opportunity, I think, for both of them. So I'm with you though. I think Fonseca should take care of business, but that first set could be a little bit tighter, just given that longer period of time where Fonseca hasn't played a match since Miami.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.